want to tell you about a 50-year-old banking managing director whose teenage daughter on a normal Sunday asked him, "Dad, are you going to drink tonight?" He said, "No, I'm not." And an hour later, she walked past his office and she saw that he had a beer. She didn't say anything. She just looked at him and walked away. She stopped believing his word years ago. Monday morning, one of my videos popped up on his feed. Tuesday, he enrolled on a course. Thursday, he stopped drinking. And here's what happened. His entire party guy identity, 30 years of I'm the fun one, the social one, dissolved naturally. Not through willpower, not through a protocol, but by challenging two beliefs that he held on to for 3 decades. Now let me show you how. Now here's the insight. Your drinking identity doesn't dissolve through force. It happens when you challenge your beliefs around alcohol and you collect evidence to disprove these beliefs that you've held on to for years. This managing MD had built his entire identity on 2 different beliefs. I need alcohol to relax. And after 30 years in high pressure banking, he believed that alcohol was the only way to decompress after those crazy days. And belief number 2, I'm more fun when I drink. The party guy. First one at the bar, last one to leave. That was his identity for 3 whole decades. Days 1 through to 15, nervous, managing, collecting first evidence. Days 15 to 45, he was building his confidence. He was seeing an alcohol-free lifestyle for himself. And by 80, the realization hit. And you might be wondering what evidence changed everything. Let me show you. The first test, a family barbecue, the weekend after he stopped. Now he was nervous. For 30 years, every family event meant that he would have a beer in his hand. That's just how he showed up. Now, a sparkling water. And here's what he noticed. He was actually more engaged in conversations, not less. He remembered what people said. He could follow complex topics. His nephew told him a 10-minute story about a work disaster. Normally he'd zone out halfway through with a beer in his hand. This time, he caught a detail that his nephew mentioned at minute 3 and called it back at minute 9. He made a connection that his nephew hadn't seen. He was fast, he was sharp, and he was funny. His brother even said that you're on fire today. No alcohol meant more charismatic, not less. And that's when belief number 2 started to crack. And it's like training wheels. He believed that alcohol made him fun at parties. Then he went to the barbecue, alcohol-free, and he was more charismatic. Turns out he never needed those training wheels in the first place. And he was always able to ride without that liquid help. And he texted me that night to debrief me, and he said that I thought I'd feel like an outsider, but I felt more like myself than I have for years. Now that's evidence. It's not theory, it's not hope, just pure evidence. And you might be wondering, did this hold up in other situations? Well, here's what happened next. Around day 20, he started dating again. First date, she suggests sharing a bottle of wine over dinner. Now here's what was running through his head. What if she thinks I'm boring? What if this kills the vibe? And he simply said, I'm doing a health challenge, not drinking for 100 days. Her response? That's impressive. Not boring, not a vibe killer, impressive. And here's what he noticed. He was sharper, present, and actually himself, not performing a looser, sloppier version of himself. And the date went so well, they kept seeing each other. And she told him a few weeks in that the fact that he didn't drink was actually attractive for her and that it showed discipline. So not drinking wasn't a liability, it was actually a turn on. And that's when belief number 1 started cracking. I need alcohol to relax and be confident. Turns out he was more confident without it. And the evidence was starting to pile up. And you might be wondering, would this hold up in a high pressure situation? So let me show you what happened at his daughter's graduation party. There he was, day 50, his child's graduation party, high stakes situation. The ex-wife was there, extended family, everyone drinking. Old him would have been 3 beers in by now to manage the social awkwardness. But what did he do? He showed up, sparkling water, clear, calm, has a conversation with his ex-wife, no tension, no edge, handles difficult questions from family members with clarity and confidence. And his ex-wife even pulled him aside before leaving. And this is a woman that he'd been married to for 15 years. She watched him drink for 30. And she said, you seem different in a good way. She noticed. And this event tested both beliefs. He was completely present, confident in himself. Needed it to relax. He was the calmest person there. The old identity, I'm the party guy, I need this to be social, wasn't just cracking, it was completely dissolving. Now you might be wondering, did this become permanent or was it just a 30-day fix? Let me break down exactly what happened across the timeline. Day 1 through 15, he's managing, he's nervous at events, the first time not drinking in different situations. He's collecting his first evidence. Sleep improves, brain fog clears, afternoon energy is sustained. And he's thinking about alcohol. He's still concerned about explaining why he's not drinking. And that's normal, that's phase 1. Day 15 through 45, that's confidence building. The barbecue proved that he's more charismatic. Dating proved he's more confident. He's starting to see himself in a future alcohol-free, not just surviving it, but thriving in that. And he starts revisiting old hobbies. He joins sailing classes and things that he never thought he had time for before. And the truth? He had time. He was just using it to drink and to recover from drinking. By day 80, he's at a conference, a 3-day event, networking dinners every evening. Old him would have been drunk by night 2, foggy through the final day. Yet this time, he was sharp through every session, every dinner, every conversation. And the last night of the conference, he texts me to debrief and he says, "Emma, it's completely pointless. I can't believe I thought I needed it before. It really doesn't add anything to my life." What was he talking about? Alcohol, of course. Now here's what happened in his brain. For 30 years, every time he felt stressed, his brain told him to drink. Every social event, he went to alcohol. Every family gathering, alcohol. Around day 50 through 80, those links started to break. Stress no longer triggered alcohol. Social events no longer required it. The brain started to dewire the connection between me and drinking, through systematic proof that the beliefs he had around alcohol were completely false. And not through willpower, not through a protocol, but his drinking identity dissolved completely on its own. Here's what happened around day 90. His teenage daughter approached him and said, "Dad, you seem a bit different." And he asked, "Different how?" And she said, "When you say you're going to do something, you actually do it now." And that moment, that's everything. Remember the beginning when she stopped believing his word years ago? Now, in 90 days, she sees a change. His teenage kids are approaching 21. They're about to enter their own drinking culture. They're not listening to lectures about not drinking or drinking in moderation. They're seeing dad perform at the highest level, social, confident, successful, without needing a glass of alcohol. That example, that's everything. Now here's why this works. Your brain has built your drinking identity on beliefs. I'm more fun when I drink, I need it to relax, this is who I am, I work hard, I play hard. Those beliefs are true because you've never tested them. But when you collect actual evidence, family barbecue without booze, more charismatic, not less, dating sober, more confident, not less, graduation party, more present, not less, those beliefs start to collapse. And when the beliefs collapse, the identity dissolves naturally. Now, by the way, this isn't AA or typical recovery. No meetings, no spiritual program, no lifelong recovery identity. This is evidence-based belief challenging for professionals who want results. This banking MD is over a year alcohol-free now, still dating the same woman, still crushing it at work. Daughter trusts him again. And now he's not made sobriety a hobby. He's not talking about it constantly. He's just living his life without the thing that quietly held him back for 30 years. And you might be wondering, how can I apply this to my own life? So here's exactly what to do. Step 1, identify your false beliefs. Ask yourself, what do I believe alcohol does for me? Does it make me more social? Does it help me relax? Does it help me have more fun? Write them down. And step 2, test them at actual events. Go to a family gathering without booze. Have a dinner without alcohol. A work event without alcohol. And start to collect evidence of what actually happens. Not what you think will happen, but what actually happens. Now, step 3, let the identity dissolve naturally. When the evidence contradicts the belief, your brain will let it go. You don't have to force it. You don't have to use willpower. The identity dissolves on its own when the proof is undeniable. So day 1 through to 15, you're nervous, that's normal. Day 15 to 45, confidence starts to build. You see a new version of yourself. By day 80, you realize that alcohol is completely pointless. And this is how a 30-year drinking identity dissolved naturally. Not through willpower, not through protocol, but by challenging the beliefs and collecting the evidence that you're better without alcohol. Let me know in the comments below, what is your main belief that you hold around alcohol? And this is obviously a very small step in the whole process of how to stop drinking for good. If you want to know more, watch the next video here and it'll give you more details. And remember, if you're drinking more than you want to be, it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility to change it. So don't keep doing what you've been doing until now, because clearly it's not been working. Try a new approach that's based on neuroscience and actually works. So binge watch the rest of the videos on the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.